across a little river there. All right, everybody, we're White Memorial, a trail we've never been on, but I see a new sign here, and camera person was saying it's ridiculous, but I think it's awesome. No motorized vehicles, including e-bikes. That's right. That's right. No e-bikes. Well, pretty cool trail. We've never been here. Trail riders trail, so it's for horses as well as pedestrians and bikes, but not e-bikes. You're gonna have to pedal power, but there's some kind of heavy machinery back here, maintenance, and that might mess things up. It won't mess up tracks or structures, but, and of course, happy 4th of July. Could be fireworks, but to me, sounds like heavy equipment. All right, that's it. We're gonna get in there. These things here, they're to stop the cars from coming in here. It's cool here. A lot of hardwood. I like that. Dense. There's just so much to this White Memorial. And if you watch our videos, you probably think, do they ever go anywhere else? And, you know, yeah, we do. But we still haven't explored all of this place. And we get a ton of evidence here. I don't know if you can hear the booms going off, but that's something big in here. So we'll maybe find out what it is. Anyway, so this TR trail here, trail riders, obviously it's big enough for, you know, big heavy equipment, bulldozers and the like that, tractors. But so if you want ease of hiking, this would be the one. And we'll take a photograph of the kiosk and point out where we are so you can get here. Thank you. Well, to me, if you're hiking, you should, get yourself near water. Even if you don't drink it or splash in it, it just makes for a nicer hike. When we go to places that have absolutely no water, I don't know. That's cool, huh? That's either fireworks, by the way, happy 4th of July again, or heavy equipment. Either way, it's making one hell of a ruckus in the woods. And that is not always a bad thing, squatch-wise. A lot of times, children playing in playgrounds, that noise that make, that sort of white, laughing noise, that seems to attract a lot of things. And noises like that, banging noises, it really doesn't stop it. It might increase your chances of seeing something. Well, we're just gonna get in there. We're just checking this place out. Hey, shout out to Outdoor Drive. Trevor and Mad Mardik. I had a great time with you guys, and I saw some of the photographs of them night fishing in the Farmington River, so that's pretty badass. They got a nice brown trout, and I'm sure had a good time. I don't know. Hopefully you can hear these sonic booms going off in the woods. It's a nice day. That's a pretty cool ridge line. It's a good ambush place. Looks like a bunch of glacial erratics too, so you got little shelters all throughout there. My boy Mad Mardik was asking me from the Outdoor Drive podcast how to how to develop a communication with the pucks. And I said, you want to look for places just like that. That's prime habitat. So, and so watch the podcast to get the rest of the advice. Huh? There you go. Outdoor Drive. Yours truly, Knucklehead. This place is cool. A lot of birds. A bunch of them are eating mulberries earlier in Torrington. Probably won't see a whole lot of mulberries out in the wild like this, but they're definitely eating stuff up there. I love mulberries. Especially awesome for the birds because they're so tall, and the berries are way up there. So it's a great tree for birds. Don't cut them down. Very important. One thing, I should have known better. Should have known. Whenever you hike on a horse trail, you're gonna have a whole bunch of bugs. And, you know, you talk about insect repellent. We've been back in Natrapel, but if there's a Connecticut-made herbal or natural insect repellent, you will get CCIS' seal of approval, and we'll promote your product now. So you better get on it, Natrapel. This is your last chance, all right? Your last chance. All right, Natrapel, we gave you many years of trying to get you to be a sponsor, so today we're using this Repel Insect Mosquito Wipes 30% deep. We're going chemical warfare here, and that's what we're using today. And already, what a relief. It's your last chance, Natrapel. It's your last chance. Don't mess this up. It won't come back. And it's working. You know? They're like, you know, the little black flies, they're buzzing around, but they're not landing, so. It's your last chance, Natrapel. Last chance. Well, you know what time it is. The banging stopped. Woo! It's a lot of fun. You gotta try it. This is a hard place to, I'm looking for structures. I'm panning to the right and left here. And we're getting to a big opening, so we're curious about that. I didn't see that the lake is nearby, so it could just be the lay of the land, or they've been doing some logging or something, but it's pretty cool. It's opening at light here. But it's the structure is just so dense that it's hard to see through that canopy. We'll find something, don't worry. We'll find something. We're finding that this new insect repellent is working. I don't like to wear that stuff, but it was just so bad in here, as is typical of horse trails. There are just way more bugs and deer fly and horse flies than just on a regular trail. But I don't like to wear it, but it was so bad in here, and they're still buzzing around, that we really had no choice if we wanted to continue the hike. Couldn't even see. And they like to go through your mouth, eyes, and nostrils because there's moisture there and it's easy for them to get your blood. So that's where they're after those. loosening up, make sure it's not tight on them. Wow, it's just beautiful back here. I suspect, so this was logged, and then this was logged years ago, and you see how it opens up light coming into the forest here. And they might have logged for emerald ash borers and other insects that killed the trees, invasive species. That is a beautiful butterfly. That's one of the examples of shape-shifting in nature. And they go through a crazy transformation. It's obvious logging. And I'm not a big, huge fan of logging. But it does, I mean, it does let the light in. But you just see like this tree that's just huge, and now it's a stump. I'm always gonna lean towards just leaving them, but I'm almost tempted to go in there. There's somebody. Somebody's coming. I'm not going to go down that trail. I just been hiking so much the last few days that I'm up for this nice easy hike here. That's how you bike in here. See your pedal power. He's following the rules. This plant here, see the stem is, well, here's purplish stem. It has these light undersides and these sort of serrated leaves here. This is, yep, smell that. Smell that, camera person? Has a pleasant sort of medicinal, almost citrusy smell. That's mugwort. Mugwort's native to Europe, and it's everywhere. And I mention this because if you make a tea out of this, and in Europe they make teas and other things out of this, and they dry it and put it in their pillows, it's supposed to give you lucid dreams. This herb right here. My dreams are lucid enough. All right, camera person's requesting a howl because it's echoey here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That biker heard that, but he saw it, so he's gonna be yelling. That's that idiot. He summed me up pretty good. These trees here, the ones that are standing, are absolutely majestic, just incredible. Well, we have to do it. When you go downhill, on the way back, you have to go uphill. But I suspect downhill that's on the map, on the legend, that showed a small river or stream down there. So I want to see if I can find that. About getting out there, people. Water level's really low, and I could see there was some fish trapped in here. So, you know, if there were, I can see them swimming around. You won't see them on the camera, but there's a food source for you. They're over there swimming. All right, hard to tell what they are, but it wouldn't matter. You could eat all the freshwater fish in Connecticut. They're definitely trapped in there. Let's see if there's some traps around here. I know you want me to fall in. Ever since I took that fall, I'm just waiting. That's the water you want on the boat. Now that is an impressive skunk cabbage. Look at that. Where we are. This is entrance. Well, here's a weasel. Poor fella. He was not on the path when we came in. And man, that's pretty recent. That's happened within the last hour because we hiked out and we're on the way out. We hiked in on the way out. So this wasn't here on the way in. So that's a weasel. My guess is a bird, a hawk or an eagle had him and fell out. I had a chipmunk fall right at my feet one time in the parking lot, and I look up and there was a hawk, kind of like that. So that could be what it is. I don't know. It's pretty strange, and I'm sorry about that. But that's biology. That's what happens. Life feeds on life. We do too, even if you're a vegetarian. Thank you. Thank you. After I washed you off, thank you. Unbelievable. It looks like we're on Bissell Road. We came down here, yeah. So here we are at the entrance. We're on the Trail Riders Trail. We went up to here, and then we went up to the road here. So it was about 1.5 miles, maybe the better part of 2 miles. And midway in there where they did some logging years ago, it has a spectacular view. There wasn't a whole lot of water. It was an easy hike except for the way back, and my dog got very muddy, and so it was an interesting on location. It's a wide trail, so you have no real problem bringing a bunch of people here, maybe kids. But there's not a lot of water on that particular hike, so there's plenty of mud. You saw the dog in the video. Anyway, track your way to our social media and like and subscribe. And it's all about getting out there. And I want to thank the guys from Outdoor Drive. We took a ride on their podcast, so you want to check that out. Those guys are great, and we got a podcast coming up that we're looking forward to. So check us out. And remember, it's all about getting out there.